Job Ochieng, an investor, believes that there are three important factors that determine the expected return for a particular common stock. Job uses the following factor betas and factor premiums, risk premiums. He has given us the risk-free rate is 5%, and then they want us to give them the expected return for the stock using the arbitrage pricing theory model, APT. APT, somebody to help Anna there. APT, using APT, arbitrage pricing theory model. Now, the first thing that I would want you guys to do is to remind Mwalimu here the formula of CAPM. Could you kindly, in this case, give me the formula of CAPM? CAPM returns equals who? Is there somebody who can remind us the formula of CAPM returns? The formula of CAPM returns. CAPM returns, we normally start with risk-free rate of return. Risk-free rate of return plus ERM minus risk-free. Multiply this by beta of a security. 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 The question is November 2019. November 2019. Question number, I'm sorry. Oh, it's question number 3C. Sorry for that. It's question number 3C. It's question number 3C, portfolio theory. Question number 3C. So this is CAPM returns. One thing you're supposed to appreciate is that CAPM is a single factor, model, is a single factor model. It 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 assumes that a portfolio returns are influenced. A portfolio return is influenced by market premium only. By market premium only. So single factor, remember, what we have in brackets is what we call the premium. What we have in the bracket is what we call the premium. What we have in the bracket is what we call the premium. What we have in the bracket is what we call the premium. But it's only premium here in terms of the returns. It's only premium return that is able to influence the returns of a portfolio. We know that this is a disadvantage. This is a disadvantage. And that is why some people went ahead to discover a model that we call arbitrage. A model that we call arbitrage pricing model. Arbitrage pricing model, abbreviated as APM or APT. Abbreviated as APM or APT. APM or APT, like that. Arbitrage pricing model, APM. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one thing you're supposed to appreciate from the word go is that this is a multivariate. This is a multivariate, This is a multivariate model. A multivariate model. I.e., it assumes that there are many return factors that affect portfolio returns, So this is a multivariate model. It assumes that there are many return factors. That affect portfolio returns. Portfolio returns. Let me know once you guys are able to write up to here. You can put a thumbs up. Let me know once you are able to write up to here. Please put a thumbs up, because really the differentiating factor between CAPM and APM is that factor that APM arbitrage pricing model is a multivariate model. Multivariate means what? Many variables. Thank you very much. Now then, how do we write the APM returns? How do we write the APM returns? Very easy. How do we write the APM returns? How do we write the APM returns? So the APM returns, ladies and gentlemen, will look like this. The APM returns will be risk-free, plus, now here we get here on top of ERS, not ERM, ERS, in this case here, ERS, top of S1, minus risk-free, multiplied by the first factor, plus ERS2 minus risk factor, multiplied by beta 2, plus end of thinking capacity. End of thinking capacity. There could be very many ETC. There could be very many factors. So whenever you see such an extended model, it basically reminds me what we call arbitrage pricing model, or APT, arbitrage pricing theory returns. Right? So we have many returns of what here? Many factors. You could talk of ERS1 or ER1, doesn't matter. From the video perhaps you saw here ER1, ER2 doesn't matter. ER2 minus risk-free multiplied by that. The most important thing is for us to appreciate that this is factor 1 affecting us. The first premium, the second premium, and each premium in this case here must have its own what here? Beta. Don't forget that this is what we call the beta factor. Beta factor. At times in this case here called who? At times this is what they call the risk index. Risk what here? Risk index like that. So in the case of Ochieng, could you kindly give me the return, the APT returns, the APM returns in the case of Ochieng? In the case of Ochieng, is there somebody who is able to see the risk-free? Yes. Is there anybody who is able to see the risk-free rate of return? In the case of Ochieng, yes, it's 5%. You guys are right, we should come and ignore the percentage. So 5 plus. Now I know where most students here will always go wrong. When it comes to factor 1, you can see they have given us a risk premium. For factor 1, they have given us risk premium. When they give us a risk premium for factor 1 like that, what should we do? Should we subtract something again from our premium? No, already they have subtracted for us. Ours is simply to pick. So this the way it is here is a premium. So I should only come and pick that 2.5 the way it is, multiply this with its corresponding factor 1 beta. The factor 1 beta has been given here for us. Factor 1 beta, is anybody who is able to see factor 1 beta? 0.7, yes. Thank you so much. 0.7, yes. So 0.7, yes. Plus premium 2. Premium of the second factor. Is 5 times beta of factor 2. Beta of factor 2 is 1.2. Plus we have premium 3, which is 0.1. Premium 3 is 0.1. Times, in this case here, 0.1 times 6. 6 times the beta, which is 0.1 like that. I'm just omitting the percentages. Throughout. So is there somebody who can give us an answer here? Is there somebody who can give us an answer here? So you get your calculator, 5 plus 2.5 times 0.7 plus 5 times 1.2 plus 6 times 0.1. The most important thing as you guys are looking forward to give us an answer is us to appreciate that APM, arbitrage pricing model, is a multi-factor. They are telling me that this is supposed to be negative 0.1, No, don't ignore the sign. Maybe this, when I was typing this book, there is an error. I'm told that factor for three is supposed to be negative 0.1. Is that okay? It's supposed to be negative 0.1. Is it negative 1 or negative 0.1? No. I'm told the beta factor 3. Beta factor 3 is supposed to be, what is beta factor 3? Beta factor 3. Beta factor 3. What is beta factor 3? It's minus, Please, I'm being told that beta factor 3, please change this. Change this. I'm told that beta factor 3 is supposed to be minus 0.1. I'm so sorry for that. Please change that. Change that. Change that. Thanks, Alicia. Change that. And then you give me the final answer, Linda. Paul Macau tells me that despite this, they are quite high on radar. They still have the 12.15. The 12.15. 12.15. If you wish, you can put percentage at the end of it. We leave it like that. There is nobody who can ever give you a wrong like that. Great. So if you allow me, I'll now go to what Jacqueline is asking there. Roman 2 wants me to provide the differences between CAPM and the AFM model. Differences between CAPM and the AFM. If you watched my videos, you should be able to give me like 6 points. If you watched my videos regarding this, you should be able to give me 6 points. You should be able to give me 6 points. You should be able to give me 6 points. Right? So we have here CAPM, and then we have arbitrage, pricing theory model, or just APM like that. So is there someone who can give me these differences very fast? Differences very fast. Let me start with the first one. The CAPM is a single factor model. Single factor model. Single factor model. Single factor model. This is a multi-factor. Multi-factor model. It has got many factors. That's number one. Number one. Another one, before you guys start giving me the tough ones, another one is a gentleman number 2 here, is that this is single period. Single period means that it considers only annual returns per annum 1 year. In most cases, this is a multi-period model. Multi-period model. Thank you very much. Great. Number 3. Number 3. Number 3, third difference. Third difference. Makes use of the difference curves. Makes use of indifference curves to identify a market portfolio. Market portfolio is not required. Market portfolio is not required, and hence indifference curves are irrelevant. Indifference curves are irrelevant. Indifference curves are, thank you very much, Ole Ketere. Ladies and gentlemen, that this number 4, that APM, CAPM assumes normality. CAPM assumes normality. Normality of distributions. Assumes normality of distributions. Assumes normality of this. But here, under CAPM, ladies and gentlemen, we normally work with CAPM when we have a normal distribution, where we have returns surrounding the average, normal distribution. What do you know about APM? In this case, it is able to incorporate many types of distributions, works with all distributions. With all distributions. And it will still give you what here, somebody will still give you good estimates. So even if it's a Poisson distribution chi-square, this one will be able to work with all distributions. I'm saying from Noru, CAPM assumes that there is a linear relationship between assets, while APM assumes that the linear relationship exists between risk factors. A good point, but many students will not remember that. I would want to leave that out. I would want to leave that out, but it's a good point. 3 for APM portfolio is not 3. Makes use of indifference curves to identify a market portfolio. Or adjust the board. Okay, I know what they mean. I know what they mean now. Great. I hope now they're able to see it. I hope they're able to see it. I hope they're able to see the board now. I hope they are able to see the board. I hope they're able to see the board somehow before I make it smaller. When it's that big, they complain that they're not seeing. Yes. Those 4 points are enough. Those 4 points are enough. We don't need any more points. In most cases, they'll want 2. They'll want 2. They want 2. I like what the lieutenant is telling us there. Automatically, CAPM, because of this single, it's not that practical. This is what Manotti was telling us, that APM has got many factors. It's also going to extend our returns more than a year. It's more practical. All right. So now I want to believe that this is okay. And you great students of mine, read point number 4. Point number 4 is CAPM assumes normality. CAPM assumes normality of distributions. CAPM assumes normality of distributions. And APM, in this case, it does not make that assumption. It works with all distributions. I like what Nanga is telling us. This is something that every student can remember. That CAPM assumes all investors are risk averse. CAPM assumes that all investors are risk averse, and the APM can work with any risk attitude that these investors come with. So remember, when I began this, I told you that CAPM is a single factor, APM is multi-factor. This is the most important difference, or multivariate. That is what is confusing me, Jacqueline. Multi-factors, multivariate, the same. So can I go to something different? And when you say yes, then I would want us to try this one of November 2018, question number 1C. This is very important for your exams. November 2018, question number 1 cow. November 2018, question number 1 cow. Look for it. November 2018, question number 1 cow. I don't know where it is in the revision kit. You just get it. You just get it. November 2018, question number 1 cow. It is this question that reads, the following data relates to the probability distributions and returns of securities of A and B. So they want us to give them the proportion of each security to be invested in the portfolio in order to attain zero portfolio risk. In order to attain zero portfolio risk. So they want us to calculate the proportions. They want us to calculate what we call the weights. This is very popular in your exams. So they want us to give them the weight of A. Is there someone who can remind us the formula of getting weight of A? Is there anyone who can remind us the formula of getting weight of A. Is there anybody who can remind us? Yes, the formula of getting the weight of A. Is there anybody who can remind us the formula of getting weight of A? You know, at times you will go to a portfolio where these examiners will never give you the weights, where they cannot give you the weights, where they don't give you the weights. So if they don't give you the weights, what should you do? If they don't give you the weights, what should you do? Cry? Crying can never be your portion. Crying can never be your portion. Crying can never be your portion, of course. Crying can never be your portion. That one I know. Crying can never be your portion. Crying can never be your portion. So when they don't give you the weights, then what should you do when they don't give you the weights? Start the division. I can see they are really trying. They're trying to give me the formula of calculating these weights here. So when they want me to give them the weight of A, then I will come and work with the variance of B. We call the variance of B. So if it's weight of A, we start with variance of B minus covariance of A and B. All over the total variance. Total variance is variance of A plus variance of B minus twice, because there are two of them. Covariance of AB like that. So this WA stands for weight of A. This stands for weight of A. Weight of security A. Weight of security A. So the question is, are we able to calculate these standard deviations and covariances? Yes, I've already shown you the formula. I've shown you the formula. So now we have two securities here. Now we have two securities here. We have two securities here. We have returns of A. We have returns of A. We have returns of B. So returns of A, and then we have probabilities here. We have probabilities there. So probabilities here, we have 0.1. We have 0.25. 0.25. We have abracadabra 0.4. We have here 0.25. Then we have actual returns. We have -5, -5, 10, 15, and 20. 10, 15, and 20. 10, 15, and 20. And then we have 10, 10, 15, 10, 15, 10, 0, 10, 0, 10, 0. So the gentlemen, they want me to calculate all this from this. What do you think will be the very first thing for us to do? Can somebody advise us when we get this kind of a table with probabilities like this, what do you think will be the very first thing to be done? What do you think will be the very first thing to be done? Easy, low-hanging fruits. Thank you very much, Nicole. Thank you very much, David. Yes. So go ahead and give us expected return of A and give us expected return of B. Fortunately, here we happen to be having probabilities. Thank you very much, Evelyn. It's Tata. We happen to be having, like if you look at returns of A, we are fluctuating here, different. And I would want to really even them out. So then what do I do, as Evelyn is telling us? It is this times probability plus Tata probability, like that. So what Evelyn is telling us is to come and talk of -5 times 0.1 plus 10 times 0.25 plus 15 times 0.4 plus 20 times 0.25. I hope they can see up to there. In my camera, they can't see. So is there somebody who can do this in their calculators and they give me the expected return of A? Give me the expected return of A. Abracadabra, everybody must be punching their calculators. Everyone must be punching their calculators. What do I have as expected return of A? Aha, we have students telling me it's 13. Thank you so much. So using the same concept, could you kindly go ahead and give me the expected return of boy? Go ahead and give me the expected return of boy. So I can see it is this with the probabilities. So I'll simply do the tata again. The probabilities are shared. So we'll come on top of 10 times 0.1 plus we have 15 times 0.25 plus we have 10 times 0.4 plus we have 0 times 0.25. End up giving me what figure? Somebody there. Would you end up giving me what figure? Oleketere. We have Felicitas Nduku Charity. Wanasema the correct answer is supposed to be 8.75. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at your mercy. Having gotten this, having evened out my returns, what do you think will be the next thing to be done? Now, I'm under your mercies, under your guidance. Thank you very much, Nicole. Standard deviation, yes. Standard deviation, yes. So standard, we want to measure the spread of these figures here from yes. So then if guys are telling me the standard deviation that should follow, could you kindly try to remind ourselves of the formula of standard deviation over A? How do we get the standard deviation of A? This is very easy. To get the standard deviation of A, yes, Walter, this is deviation between two returns. We are subtracting two returns. We are subtracting two returns. Which returns are these? It is RA minus ERA. Then this has to be squared times probabilities. We must come and sum this. And then at the end of it all, square root. At the end of it all, square root. This is RA minus ERA. This is RA minus ERA. Thank you very much, h0000.com. Thank you so much. This is so important to me. I'm so sure I can guarantee you a question coming from this area, 100%. You must cram this formula. You must cram this formula. Yes. Now then the next thing will be for us to come under array figures, figures that will be able to help us, really calculate this. So I can see actual returns of A. The actual returns of A are given here. Abracadabra, we have here -5, we have here 10, 15, 20, and then you say minus. Then we have ERA stands for expected returns of A, which is an average. And that the figure that we got here as the expected return of A doesn't keep on fluctuating. It will be like that. And if my memory serves me well, we had 13. So 13, it's expected. Regardless of the actual outcome, 13 must be kept like that. Squared. Whatever we get times the probabilities. Probabilities are given here. We have 0.1, 0.25, we have 0.4, we have 0.25. So is there somebody who can be kind to us and give us these figures now? Is there anybody who will be kind to us and give us these figures? So remember, you don't put any square root somewhere. Nope. Don't put any square root somewhere. We have Mandevi giving me 32.4. The first one is 32.4. Thank you so much. How about the second one? According to Nimrod, 2.2. Nope. 2.25 Nimrod. How I wish everybody was able to get these figures. How I wish everybody was able to get these figures. So we have from D 1.6, and then lastly, what do we have here? Somebody lastly, what do we have here? Lastly, according to D, again, Jacqueline, 12.25. So if you look at this very carefully, ladies and gentlemen, you can see they want us to come under sum. So could you kindly give me the total sum here? Kindly give me the total sum. What do we have there? Total sum. The total sum, according to Madame Lynette, Nimrod 48.5. 48.5, and then I'll go ahead and give us the square root. Come here and give us the square root. The square root of 48.5 will be equal to 7. And don't round off too much, really. The square root of 48.5, the square root of 48.5, 6.96. Thank you very much. Now, could you kindly do me a favor? Please go ahead and give us the standard deviation of boy. go ahead and now give us the standard deviation of boy. Is there somebody who can now give us? Can I rub this? Can I rub this? Can I rub this? Can I rub this? Okay, thank you very much. Standard deviation of boy. Don't go ahead putting square root and then over each number. No, the square root comes after you have summed. The square root comes after you have summed. So come here and give me the standard deviation of boy. So boy, deviation means I'm subtracting. Division means I'm subtracting. What am I subtracting? 2 returns of boy. 2 of them. So we have the actual returns of boy minus ERB. All right. And now these has to be squared, multiplied by probability, summed. And then at the end of the day, we have what there? We have the square root. At the end of the day, we have the square root. At the end of the day, we have the square root. So abracadabra, come and organize these actual returns of boy. So now we have 10, 15, 10, 0, minus, minus, minus. Is there somebody who can be remembering what our expected return of boy was? You guys gave me the expected return of boy. I'm not seeing most of you really talking to me. John Modiani tells me, I can see now John going back to where we used to be, 8.75. So this is 8.75, 8.75, 8.75, 8.75, 8.75, squared, times the same probabilities that are shared. The same probabilities here we have 0.1, 0.1, 0.25, 0.4, 0.25. So go ahead, and give me these numbers. And then very soon I'll be able to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps what do some of us in this case here eat or use for us to be seen to be very energetic. Somebody was asking me the other day, what do you drink? What do you eat? I mean, you're standing like today, I've been standing the whole day, right? And here I am, very energetic, right? And then there must be somebody here like even during the day who has been sleeping. And yet, when you get them right now, still they're sleepy. We shall overcome. So is there any special kind of a drink do we take? No. I'll give you the secret very soon. The third one. 0.625, The third one, 0.625. 0.625. The fourth one, 19.141. And then according to this summation here, come and sum up everything. Sum up everything. Bonajemo tells me this 29.1 for me way to be given by other. Yes, 29. Those running off errors are quite far. 29, 60, 689. 689 decimal. And then I'll go ahead and give us the standard deviation. Thank you very much, Paul. The standard deviation of this is 15 point something. Is 15. No, it can't be 15. It's 5.444. It's 5.444 or 45, one and the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget. But really, what they want me to do is to come and give them these things. We already have those. How about this covariance between A and B? How about this covariance between A and B? Covariance between A and B. Covariance between A and B. Covariance between A and B. How about this covariance between A and B? How about this covariance between A and B? Covariance between A and B. Let me see whether there is even a single student who will be able to write down that formula, and if possible, they can even take a screenshot of their writing and put it on WhatsApp. Vision, I can see what Lucia seems to be following. Thank you so much, Lucia. If there is something you can write, and I'll be able to tell that for sure this student knows what they're saying. That much I'm able to see. Covariance between A and B. Covariance between A and B. What do we have for covariance between A and B? Thank you very much, Nicole. Nicole has everything. Nicole has everything. So what Nicole has been able to remember is that covariance between A and B will be the deviation of A multiplied by the deviation of B. Whatever we get, we'll have to come and multiply with probability, and then we sum like that. So deviation of A is not a big deal. It's not a it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. When we talk about division of A, it is RA minus ERA multiplied by deviation of B, which will be RB minus ERB multiplied by probability, and then you sum like that. You sum like that, then you sum like that, then you sum like that. So we have actual returns. We have actual returns of A. They're here, we are organizing them. So this is minus 5, this is 10, this is 15. Then we have here 20. You say minus, minus, minus. ERA, I have forgotten the ERA, the expected return of A. Expected return of A is there somebody who can remind us, Kilwa, 13. So we have 13. You come and do like this, like that. Then we have now the actual returns of boy. The actual returns of boy are here. So we have here 10, 15, 10, 0, minus. Expected return of boy. Expected return of boy, you guys have given me a figure. I don't know whether it was 8.75, but I remember you given me some figure for expected return of boy. 8.75. That has to be constant. 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 Times probabilities are here. Probabilities we have 0.1, 0.25, 0.4, and then we have 0.25. So could you kindly give me these answers? Kindly give me these answers. You must move slowly. For the first one, you say open bracket, minus 5, minus 13, you close bracket. You say times in between, open another bracket. This minus that close, times 0.1, times 0.1. Give us an answer. Give us an answer. Give us an answer. Give us an answer. Is there somebody who is able to give us an answer? Imagine they're only giving me answers for reasons which I don't understand. It's only 2 students who are giving me minus 2.25. Only 2 students who are giving me that answer. First one is QM. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So please go to the third one. Please go to the third one. I go second one. Minus 48, 46, 87 minus with a decimal in between. And then the last one, I'm being told, Mwalimu, this is 1. I'm being told that this is 1. And then Nimrod comes and tells me that the last one. No. Somebody is saying that there is one that is 0 there. I don't know which one is 0 now. The last one. Is the last one. 15.31. 15.31 negative. So they want us to sum here. They want us to sum there. So please come and sum there. What are we getting when you sum here? What are you getting when you sum here? So I'm being told it is minus 21.25. Minus 21.2. Are we able to get this figure as our covariance? This now becomes our covariance between AB. Thank you so much. Now, could you kindly then be of great help to me by taking the figures that we heard and then you substitute them there. Give us WA, give us the weight of A. 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 Let's see who will be able to do proper plug-in. Let me see who will be able to do proper plug-in. Who will be able to do proper plug-in to give us the weight of R. R for Apple. R for Apple. Musao, thank you very much. Musao is getting negative 3.5 for number one. Musao, check this out, Musao. Open bracket first, minus 5 minus 13, close. Times, open, 10 minus 8.75, you close. Times 0.1. Use your calculator and open those brackets as I've told you. You realize that Musao is supposed to be minus 2.25 Musao. Let's try again and then confirm. Now you guys are catching up. Today, I can see you guys doing a very good job. Doing a very good job. So, Sao, have you been able to confirm? Sao, please open bracket in your calculator, minus 5. Don't get answers candle. It's minus 5 minus 13, close. Times open another bracket. 10 minus that, you close. Times 0.1. Times 0.1. Times 0.1. Musa, are you still getting the 3.5 really? According to D, weight of A is supposed to be 0.42. That's according to D. According to Mr. D, 0.42. According to Omar, 0.42. Charity, 0.422. Musa, thank you very much for confirming. Always use your brackets nicely. Victor, I got a hand from you, my friend Victor, please. 0.4222, Walter, Dejemo. And Nanga, 0.42, 0.42. All right. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to introduce a third class for AFM. A third class for AFM. I don't know which day is appropriate with you. I don't mind Wednesday evening, Wednesday at 8 p.m. I don't mind Wednesday at 8 p.m. What do you think? Do you have any other lesson on Wednesday at 8 p.m.? Or are we game? Are we game? A third class. Salome says yes. So Wednesday, oh, that comes with it. So which day then? Give me a date. Give me a date, and not tomorrow. I don't do that. Mondays are like taking a break. Monday, I take a break. Monday, not 6 p.m. Not 6 p.m. It should be Tuesday. This thing is very complicated. Saturday is okay with me. Saturday 8 p.m. or Saturday 6 p.m. Saturday is very good with me. 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 Saturday, yes. So Saturday, what time Saturday? 6 p.m. Saturday 8 p.m. Saturday 8 p.m. Saturday 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Saturday. Once we finish AAA, we do this Saturday 8 p.m. Saturday 6 p.m. there is AAA. 6 p.m. there is AAA. 6 p.m. there is AAA. 8 p.m. Saturday. Tuesday 8 broadcast. I have another paper called Analytics. Saturday 8 p.m. Thank you very much. Why Abdul? Abdul, why not Saturday? Why not Saturday, Abdul? Why not Saturday? Why not Saturday? Saturday 8 a.m. 8 a.m. most of them are working, my sister. Saturday 8 a.m. most of them are working, and most of them are Sabbath keepers. Some of them are Sabbath keepers. Tuesday 8 p.m. No. Let me tell you the days I'm free. The days I'm free are Thursday 8 p.m., Thursday 8 p.m., Thursday 8 p.m., and Saturday 8 p.m. Can we do a morning class? let me stop recording. We agree on this. So now from ladies and gentlemen, having gotten these great metrics, it will be us to do what? Yes, I'm going to get these metrics and put them in the formula. We put them in the formula. We shall put them in the formula. We shall put them. So weight of A. So weight of A, what do we have here? Variance of B. Do we have, is there someone who can remind us what the standard deviation of B was? 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 The standard deviation of B ilikuwa ngapi somebody? Evelyn, I feel you. Evelyn, I feel you. Said young will lose always. We shall overcome. So 5.45 squared minus the covariance that we got there, which itself is negative 21.25. All over, how about the standard deviation of A? How about the standard deviation of A? How about the 6.96? So 6.96 squared plus the variance of B, which is the standard deviation of B squared, minus twice. This one is a negative itself. So now here you have to be very careful. Go ahead and give us the numerator. Go ahead and give us the numerator. So go ahead and give us the numerator. 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 How do you do this? Unasema 5.45 squared minus open brackets minus 21.25. They're giving me 50.9 or 50.8, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Divided by 6.96 square plus 5.45 square minus 2 times open brackets minus 21.25. 120.64, 120.53. So then could you kindly go ahead and give us the question? Go ahead and divide. Go ahead and divide. So you divide, what are we getting? Approximately 0.42. We are getting approximately 0.42. Approximately 0.42. And that is the weight of A. Then what will be the weight of B? To get the weight of B, I will take 1 minus the weight of A. So this will be 1 minus 0.42, which will be 0.58. Which will be 0.58. Now please listen and listen to me very well. At times you may get somebody who wants to use the formula. To use the formula to get the weight of A. The weight of boy, I mean directly. So method 2 for weight of boy. Method 2 for weight of boy. How do we get the weight of boy? Can somebody in this case here guide me? What do you think will be the very first thing that I should begin with here? To get the weight of boy. What will be the very first thing to begin with here? To get the weight of boy, what will be the first thing that I should begin with here? What is the first thing that I should begin with? Thank you very much, Charity. Charity, if I had money today, you would have gotten a present. You would have gotten a present. Tomorrow when I go to the bank, I'll give you money, Charity, as well. No, the one that I'll give you money tomorrow is Paul. Paul Macau tomorrow, you'll get 2,000 bob. From the 2,000 bob, yes. Yes. And of course, you know that I don't lie. When it comes to promises, I don't lie. I'm a promise keeper. I don't break promises. I don't break promises. So WB equals a standard deviation of A squared minus covariance of AB all over variance of A plus variance of B minus twice covariance of AB. Can you kindly plug in your figures and then you tell us? No, it's Paul Macau, not Manotti. Not Manotti, it's Paul Macau. It's a Paul Macau. Although both of them, they're giving us very, very student. Great. So please try to see whether you will get that 0.5 watt here, 0.58, 0.58. Confirm so that I can also get my present. Confirm. So that. So if he has Fuliza, I believe he'll Fuliza again, isn't it? So is there somebody who is able to confirm that as 0.58? Is there somebody who is able to confirm that as 0.58? Anybody who is able to confirm that as 0.58 or 577? Yes! Great, 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 great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we shall take a break of 3 minutes. We shall take a break of 3 minutes. When we come back, I'll be able to guide you on what we will do. Thank you. So I want someone to give me like 4 challenges encountered in the application of CAPM in practice. It was tested in November 2016. Question number 2, where they wanted us to explain 3 challenges likely to be encountered in the application of CAPM. In the application of CAPM. Is there somebody who is able to give me the challenges? The very first thing you're supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to remember the formula of CAPM. That is the first thing you need to do. Remember the formula of CAPM. When they ask of assumptions, remember the formula of CAPM. The formula of CAPM. CAPM formula, we know that CAPM formula, CAPM returns. CAPM returns equals who? Equals risk-free plus ERM minus risk-free multiplied by what your beta, like that. And then the first challenge, the first limitation, the first assumption is as regards beta. Beta is a measure of what your systematic risk. So it is only limited to situations where the investors in question are risk averse. It can only be used if investors are risk averse. And remember, risk averse investors are those investors, ladies and gentlemen, whose undiversified risk has been eliminated. They're only affected by systematic risk, which is affected by who, which is rather evaluated using who? Beta. So it assumes that all investors are risk averse, i.e. it works under systematic environment alone. That's a big disadvantage. It's a big challenge. So it can't be used across the board. And then number 2, it assumes that the risk-free rate of return, is known in advance and it's going to be constant. It's a lie. The government will keep on, in this case here, changing the risk-free, the TBs. For example, like now the government wants to borrow internally. What do? They increase the TB. Goes up, TB rate goes up to motivate people to give them money, right? Number 3, the other disadvantage is that the market portfolio, the market returns are known in advance. That's a lie. Remember market stocks. These are those stocks of blue chip companies like Safaricom, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no way you can ever have these blue chip companies being up there forever. Things change very fast. Trust you me. We had the Nakumats during those good old days. Where are they right now? When they used to tell us that if you need it, you've got it. Where are they? If you go to Nakumat today, what will you get? Nothing. If there is any branch of Nakumat existing, nothing on the shelves. So things change very fast. Perhaps I'm not saying that something can go wrong. Right now, Safaricom has taken a very big investment in Ethiopia. What do you think in this case here may happen if the Ethiopia investment collapses because of the Tigray war? I'm telling you, things will never be the same for Safaricom. They'll never be the same for Safaricom. All right. So in this case, there is no way you can tell us that you have got a market portfolio of blue chip companies that remain constant forever in the future. Things change. We have small farms like we know that Safaricom is quite new compared to telecom. Actually, Safaricom used to be a department within telecom, but now telecom in this case here ran away, just like, is it Murife? Who do you call this guy? Don't run away. It came and ran away with the ball, right? So things change. You'll get new farms coming and overtaking the old guards, etc. Yes, great. The new Chumi slogan, great. So another thing, ladies and gentlemen, remember CAPM returns, CAPM basically is single what here? Is single factor. Is a single factor model. Is a single period model, right? That's a limitation if you get returns of 2-3 years. Then the model becomes what here? Irrelevant, like that. The model becomes irrelevant. The model becomes irrelevant. I can see you guys have very good points, but in the interest of time, we'll have to allow me to move to something here very important, which I would want you guys to write. Great. So take like a few minutes there. You write this sentence, this paragraph. Once you finish writing, please signal. Give me a signal. Give me a signal. Once you finish writing, you can put some thumbs up there. Okay, so you guys, are you finishing with me? Yep, Ethiopia, they don't like foreign products. Great. Omar says yes. So now I've got two gentlemen who are telling me, you know what? We are through. We are through. Done. Great, great. So of course, in terms of the international CAPM, they can't give you any mathematics. You are simply supposed to appreciate that international CAPM, listen, and the international CAPM, because we are talking of trade happening in many countries across the borders. So when we talk of CAPM returns, international one, when it comes to returns of the market portfolio now you not go just the stock exchange, one stock exchange here like Nairobi, no. Now you're working with international. You're working with international major big players. Go to the London Stock Exchange, go to the FTSE Stock Exchange, like this. Pick the biggest players, average them. You average them up like that. So the market portfolio now this time around must be constituted of multinational companies. And then when you measure risk here, ladies and gentlemen, when it is international CAPM, the risk will not be just like what we can call the local risk only. No, we must introduce the foreign exchange risks. So our risk here will be inflated a little bit. Why? Because now we are no longer thinking of thinking of just the local risks here, no. Right? Foreign exchange risks. If you look at a company like Kenya Airways, I mean, in Nigeria, we have a lot of Kenya Airways monies in Nigeria, which we can't repatriate back home. Because remember, Nigeria, they don't want the Naira to get out of their country. They are putting a lot of restrictions. Just like my home here, who is in Southern Sudan, initially I could go to Southern Sudan, get the Southern Sudanese pound, which used to be very strong. I could bring it back home. Nowadays, they will restrict you to very little amounts, which you can bring to Kenya here. And I believe you brought the Southern Sudanese pounds to Kenya. Nowadays, they are worthless papers, useless papers. And remember, there is a time Southern Sudanese pound was very, very strong, right? So anyway, once you start in this case, you're talking of international, remember that you must bring in the issue of what here? Foreign exchange risks. Foreign exchange risks must be incorporated. That is the most important. Even the risk-free rate, it would be like for just treasury bills, it has to be an average of risk-free rates given by what here various central banks globally, like that. Once you have that idea, then you can actually get like 2 marks in a theory question of international CAPM returns. The same case with the behavioral CAPM. When we talk of behavioral way of pricing our capital assets pricing model, behavioral CAPM, capital assets pricing model. Ladies and gentlemen, we have more than meets the eye when it comes to pricing of securities. There are some of us in this case here who will also consider what we call qualitative factors, yes. So in this case here, this talks of what here, qualitative factors. Qualitative factors to be introduced in evaluation of what here, securities, in evaluation of securities, right? There are people who simply have attachments, who are attached to securities, even if they don't have very good what here returns. So you talk of behavior, right? There are people when you tell them that this share, this company is going to collapse. Please sell their shares much higher. They tell you no, even if it collapses. So what? So in this case here, these guys here go for more than the quantitative. They look beyond money. So in this case here, they look beyond money. And they consider what here to consider factors, to consider what we call what here qualitative factors. So basically we use qualitative factors here too. The qualitative factors here should be introduced in the evaluation of what are securities. Listen, and here I'll be able to give you a very good example. And this basically is out of my behavior, right? My attitude towards Kenya Airways. I really love KQ, Kenya Airways, right? I have quite many shares at KQ. They can't even reach even 0.1, but at least I used to acquire shares at KQ. And of course, in this case here, there were very many red flags. Telling investors, in this case here, go and sell, but I refused. Why? Because for so many years, I've been harboring this dream of one day becoming a CEO at what year? At this great company called Kenya Airways. I even did an interview here some time back. Of course, I wasn't chosen. I wasn't successful. If I was successful, I'm so sure I would not be here making out of noise like this. But I shall overcome. So it's a company I love, and it's a company I know that has got a big water potential even in the future. I mean, it is the pride of Africa, right? It's a company that you can't really explain why it's making water losses in the first place. It's a company that just wants that needs to do some little benchmarking with, for example, what Ethiopian Airlines is doing, and then we'll be able to have it flying up there, the pride of Africa, right? So my attitude towards it, even if it may take me 20 years to get my return, but so long as those shares are there, and when they open even a window for us to buy more shares, we'll keep on buying more because we believe one day this is a company, in this case here, that will be able to do what here to go places. They just need to make a little bit changes here. The number one, remove the interference of government. Have government ceding all its shareholding in this company themselves to the private sector. From there, of course, we have got like this concept of, Kenya Airways does not have more than 20 of its own airplanes. It has leased most of them. And they list these at very exorbitant what-year prices. Lease rentals are very high. So you need to go and consider, I mean, these funds which the government gives every now and then. I know those aircrafts are expensive. Can't we just continue buying like Ethiopian Airlines slowly, right? Maybe it's one every year, the Boeings. Keep on stocking like that, right? Like that. And then of course, when it comes to, for example, like I told you just the other day, you will get like KQ is the only one that has got very old air hostesses. The air hostesses here are very old. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there are things that need some stupidity, right? For them to work. For things to work in the company, there is some level of stupidity needed. Listen to me very well. When you take, for example, like 250 Kenya shillings, 250,000 Kenya shillings, give this, for example, to a host, could be a male or a female, who is like 21 years old, tall, slender, not like ourselves here, very tall, right? She's how old? 21. So then we have this aircraft having like 600 people disembarking, right? We've come in this case here from the US direct flight to here. Very tired. This lady is very tired as well. But because of this money here, that lady will stay at the exit, right? Wanting to know how the journey of these people works. She'll stay there like for a whole hour. Hi, sir, how was the flight? Next time I get flight, smiling all through, smiling. She's able to do that because of what it is and her age. But the moment in this case here, you get like, some gentlemen I know there at the age of about, yes, they try. But at 50, you've got so much problems, right? There must be somebody who sold you fake land. And perhaps you went ahead and built it, right? And this house is supposed to be demolished. You'll be smiling to one person, the other time you're sad, etc. So we just need to make a few things here and there to be able to see these things flying. So when we talk of behavioral KPM, the most important thing is that we are supposed to introduce other factors, now this time around, which are what are qualitative in nature. But now the question will be, if we introduce other factors which are qualitative in nature, then it should be called a KPM. It should be called what here APM, because you see KPM is what here is a single factor. However, the most important thing that I wanted to drive home today is that when we talk of behavioral, we would want, people behave differently. There are people in this case here who are only looking at what your returns, right? And there are people who will be looking at that, something that is bigger, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Use Emirates, Ethiopian Airlines, you'll be able to get very good. Yes, like Emirates, I am supposed to, okay, let me just share this again. Yes. So even if you have not taken a screenshot of this, the most important thing on international CAPM is to know that now here we are going to work with averages between between nations. If it's risk-free, we want the risk-free rate given by various central banks, and then we average, right? We average. Geometric progression, geometric means, etc. The same case with market returns. We need an average over many returns from many stock exchanges. Beta, when it comes to the beta, if it's international finance, beta, it has to incorporate the foreign exchange risk. Foreign exchange risk, because now we are talking of what here, many currencies being involved. Once you mention like that, you go to get your 1, 2, not 1, 2 or 3 marks, and then you go to the next level. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to call it a day. Bye-bye. Bye. Continue watching the videos. Bye, bye, bye. So like every day you should watch just one video before we meet on Saturday. You will be a superstar. You will be a superstar. You will be a superstar.